Key performance indicators are measurements of an organization's success, but the real value is in how you use that information to make adjustments, align people in your organization, and help generate excitement and motivation for your teams. KPIs are also a great way of communicating strategy to your teams. When you're writing KPIs, there are several factors you need to keep in mind, which we're going to cover in this video. I'm Jeremy Webb, the founder of Organizational Engineering, and if you like getting free videos that will help you maximize your results, give us a thumbs up, plus hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to make sure you get all the latest updates. Now, KPIs are metrics, and there are several elements that any metric needs to be effective. You probably already know about SMART goals, which stands for specific, measurable, attainable or actionable, realistic or relevant, and timely or time-bound, depending on your favorite version. But beyond being SMART, your KPIs should be the most important things in your organization, hence the word key in key performance indicators. So the first question to ask is, what is your purpose, or what is the highest level thing that you're trying to achieve? That in itself can be a challenging question, but if you don't know what you're trying to optimize for, there's no way to build indicators of your performance. If you aren't quite sure what you're optimizing for yet, don't sweat it. Generating your key performance indicators is a great exercise to help you figure out the answer. Just take your time and iterate until you have something that feels right. You can also check out this video to get you started, or give us a call if you want some help. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't say that there are better objectives than money. I like making money as much as anybody, but if just 10% of organizations put the good of the world ahead of profits, the world would be a far better place. Plus, there are a plethora of studies and statistics showing that purpose-driven organizations outperform their counterparts financially by at least 50%, with many having over 100% better financial performance. I'm curious how many of you work for a purpose-driven organization versus a purely profit-driven organization. Let us know in the comments. Now, once you have a good idea of what you're optimizing for, you can move on to the next question, which is, how do we know if we have achieved success? To put that another way, your KPIs should be things that are not only critical to your success, but actually define success on their own. For example, let's say you're a healthcare company and you want to build a reputation as the most trustworthy healthcare company in your state. First, profitability would not be a good indicator of your performance. It's certainly something you want to measure, but it's not a key performance indicator in this particular case. Instead, you might decide to select the number of people served, the percentage of mistakes, and customer satisfaction as your KPIs. At this point, you may have noticed how much strategy is involved in creating key performance indicators and how much impact a KPI could have on your products or services and your culture. In the example, if you told your teams that your KPI is profit margin, they would probably make very different decisions than if you told them that it was customer satisfaction and percentage of mistakes. A word of caution here. People will give you what you measure, so it is critical that you pick and word your measurements carefully. Be extra careful if you tie your KPIs to compensation. The more pressure you put on people to hit a metric, the more likely they'll be to game the system, which can lead to many adverse results. You can see how this can get complex, and it can be helpful to have an external party help you with the process and to challenge or validate your ideas. Just make sure that you find a company that has their own KPIs sorted out, and ideally one with a purpose beyond money. Here's a few more tips on KPIs. Number one, ask your teams for their input. One of the best ways to get teams to buy in and build engagement is to make them part of the process. A simple open-door brainstorming session goes a long way. Number two, make sure you're setting targets because measurements are nothing without goals. Number three, tie your key performance indicators to a purpose, not a solution. A purpose gives your team the freedom to experiment and innovate, while pushing a solution can make teams feel trapped and not valued. Number 4, KPIs are easier when you have a repeatable process or a goal that you can make consistent progress towards. For example, it's easier to create KPIs for a financial service company that serves customers the same way over and over than it is to create KPIs for a company that's, say, trying to colonize Mars. It is possible, but the KPIs will likely change fairly frequently, and the success in the early stages is arguable. And number 5, check out OKRs if you're not already familiar with the concept. OKRs can be considered a form of key performance indicator, and they bake in a formula for setting targets. Feel free to reach out in the comments if you have any additional questions. Give us a thumbs up if you got something good from this video, plus hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for all the latest updates. Until next time, thanks for watching.